pretty. I sure hate to waste this chance. We'll find a shady spot, not too cool, not too high. Perfect for living, fishing, and romance. Oh yes.
Boys and girls, we got several people that's cleaning fish this year, and we've needed that because people's always asking where they can get their fish cleaned, and you call these numbers and they'll clean the fish for you. That's pretty good. Everybody, I'm getting ready here. I'm gonna do a little early morning fishing. Let's see what time it is. Let's see. 10 after 4. See if I can catch some specks. Got the lights out. It's on, guys. It's on. Yeah, I got up this morning at 3 o'clock. Couldn't sleep, so I thought, well, you know what? I'll just put the jawing boat in, go down and do a little miniing down the river. Worked out pretty good. I caught several fish, and yeah, it's just a beautiful morning too. I mean, it was about, I don't know, in the 60s. It was just a nice morning. No wind, no breeze, and the fish were biting. I mean, you know, the fish really were biting. So, and there's not that many people on the water, you know, at 4 o'clock in the morning, which is nice. I kind of like it. Had one gentleman come down there in a pontoon boat and sit up there beside me, but you know, there's plenty of fish for everybody. I mean, you know, you can set up there by each other and still catch fish. Now, I run across the river on the other side, and you know, when he pulled in there, I thought, well, I'm gonna go over on the other side. Excuse me, and tried over there, and I got over there and put the poles out. I wasn't there a half hour, and all I caught was a catfish that size right there, and the little crappie. I couldn't catch their big specks. So I went back over where I started and started catching some nice specks. And I think I ended up with 9 or 10. I'm not sure. I probably caught 20 specks, and out of that I caught 9 or 10 keepers, and which that's all right. That's enough. I fished till 8:30. I put in at, like I said, I put in at 4 o'clock, and I fished till 8:30, and just a good morning. Now, you can see I've got three coats on. That's what happens when you take blood thinner and you're 72 years old, you know. Well, it is what it is. I didn't have to measure very many of them. I mean, they were either short or keepers. I had to measure, I think, 2, but the rest of them, you could tell they weren't legal, and the other ones, they were legal, you know. So, yeah, I'm bundled up there like the abominable snowman there this morning. As soon as that sun gets over the top of that lake, you're stripping it down. I mean, the South Florida sun's got power in it. You know what I'm saying? It really does. Even in the wintertime. But I had a good bucket of minis. I mean, Gerard's Tackle, I mean, they get their minis from a special place, and they also have their glacier water shipped in, which makes a big difference too. And that water stays cold. You know, they've got a cooler that cools that water down, and the minis are. I mean, You can get minis at different shops down here, but you can't beat Gerard's Tackle. They take care of their minis so well, and they put additives in there to keep them alive. And it's just a good place to get your bait. I don't care if you're getting night crawlers, worms, or minis, or even wild shiners. You need to go to Gerard's Tackle, guys. And the guys in there, like I always say, they'll tell you where they're biting, what they're biting on, and they've got about every type of bait you can think of. You know what I'm saying? It really do. I mean, I don't care if you're catfishing, bluegill, or cichlid, bass, crappie, speck, whatever. They've got it there for you, and the guys know their stuff in there. Again, guys, there's like 10 guides go out of that shop, and that's a lot of information that's passed on to Leaf and Richard and Neil and Caleb, and them guys pass it on to the anglers. I mean, they don't hide nothing. They'll tell you where they're biting and where to go. I don't care if you're fishing off the bank or fishing out of a boat. You need to stop in at Gerard's, guys, and get that before you hit the water. Whether you need some line or you need a pole or bait, whatever, stop in there at Gerard's Tackle, and Leaf will help you out. You can see I caught a bunch of little ones. That's all right. You know, like I always say, I say it every day. I don't care as long as I'm catching fish. I don't care if they're small or not. You know. And I kept some. I kept a mess. I think I kept 9 or 10. I'm not sure. I kept a mess of them, and that's enough. That's enough. If you start taking 25 home every day, what are you gonna do with them? I still got fish in the freezer from last year. But they weren't nibbling on it. They were taking it. I mean, they were taking it down. You can see there was several people trolling, and there was a lot of people sitting out the mouth of the river, right there where it goes into the lake. And I was watching them; they were catching them too. So yeah, they're coming in. I don't think they're up the river yet, which they will be. I mean, they'll migrate up that river like they did last year. You can see they're bending them poles down when they hit it. I mean, there ain't no nibble. I mean, they're just grabbing it and going with it. There's a little guy there. You can tell that's a short one. Now, I don't know if you can step on them and make them any bigger or not. I caught a bunch of them little ones, and I caught a bunch of catfish. Adjusting my camera there so I get a halfway decent shot of catching fish. Guys, I'm using Suffix line. I'm using 4-pound tests on these poles, and I'm using the smaller hooks there at the shop, number 8 split shot, and And like I said, I'm using them fiberglass cane poles. You can use spinning rods doing this on a bobber, slip bobber, but it wouldn't hurt. I've got 8 poles. Okay, I got 8 poles rigged up there for doing this. There's a guy in a pontoon boat right above me there. I counted. I think he's got 40 poles. He's got 10 in front, 10 on the side, 10 in the back, 10 on the other side. And I was watching him. He's running around there like a ping pong ball, like a pinball machine. I mean, he's going from one pole to the other, grabbing them fish and bringing them in. Okay, I'll think about this now. He does that every day now for the next 4 months. What in the Sam world would you do with all them fish? You gotta be, I don't know. He's harvested them. Like I always say, he's harvested them. But, you know, there's a lot of people do it, and it don't seem like it hurts the fishery down here. Because one crappie can have probably 1,000,000 eggs, and they spawn, most of the time up north they'll get along a tree or some grass or something to spawn. But down here, I think they spawn like a shad. I think they just suspend sometimes, and you know, and the water column and lay their eggs, and the male comes in and fertilizes them. You know, so I don't know that for a fact, but there's no cover in this river. I mean, there is nothing on either side, all the way up. There's no brush, or there's no grass, or there's no nothing, because they've sprayed everything, killed it all. So they have to do that. They have to, and there's no rock piles or anything like that. They're just, it's just a sand bottom. Yeah, I was pretty busy there right at daylight. I mean, they were hitting about every pole there, you know. Most of them were small, and like I said, little catfish and little specks. But yeah, as long as I get my fix on my catching fish, I'm happy. You know. Yeah, there wasn't much downtime. I mean, I was busy all the time. Them bigger ones, you just didn't pull them in like them little catfish and them little specks. They were a load to pull in. You can see they're bending that pole down good. I mean, that's a good thing. That's what I like. I really like trolling for them. I like jigging for them. Jigging for them, it's all right, but you're bent over and you got your hand out there all the time. And you know, if I was younger, it would be, but you know, my arthritis stuff, I can't do that jigging too much. So I really enjoy. I enjoy minying. I just like this, you know, going out there and putting some minis out and catch your fish. Look here, short fish. Put him back. Mr. Green Jeans will make a believer out of you if he finds one of those in your cooler. I think it costs you $180 or $200, and you got to go to court. No matter what, you just don't go and pay a fine. You go in there and the judge talks to you, you know. And say, well, Mr. Judge, I didn't know. You know, if it almost touched, I thought it would lick. Ignorance is no excuse for the law. They will hammer you. So you better put them short ones back. Yeah, I done this morning. I think I'll go do a little bit of trolling in the morning. I got a few places I want to try and see if I can catch some trolling. I enjoy trolling for them too. I really enjoy that trolling, trying to figure out, you know, I found these fish. I found these fish with my bigger boat on the live target. I come up through there. I was on the other side and I found a bunch of fish, but the fish over on the other side was short. And if you put your depth finder on here, right here where I'm sitting, it comes out, and where it kind of slants out on up towards Okeechobee, but right here it just comes out and there's a drop. It drops off real quick. So that's what's holding these fish. I mean, I can go about 15, 20 yards on down and I'll not catch anything. I mean, I'll catch a few, but nothing like I'm catching them right here. And same way up, you know, if you go up the river a little bit, they're not there like they are here. There's something holding them right in this area, you know, and you can get nice ones here. I mean, you know, like I said, you catch some little ones, but on the other side over there where it slopes off, just comes out there and slopes off, seems like there's a lot of smaller fish and catfish. I mean, you might catch 1 out of 20. So if you go right here in this area right here, you'll catch your mess of fish, keepers, you know. So, but yeah. Yeah, it's the time of the morning and people's coming out and doing their thing, you know. a lot of bass fishermen going out, and I don't think the bass fishermen are doing all that well. I mean, I haven't been bass fishing for a few days, but I've talked to them, and they aren't pulling them in, you know. So that's the reason I've switched to speck fishing. You know, I wanted to catch some fish, you know. So I pulled all my speck poles out and trolling rods out, and that's what I've been doing. I mean, and they're here. This is what is this? November the 15th or something like. This is about the middle of November, and that's just when they start. It just, you know, as the winter goes on, it just keeps getting better and better. They keep coming up the river out of the lake. You know, they just
Fish on.
I got my this boat. Like I said, I got this boat for rent, and I'm just getting everything kind of organized in it. I put some more rod holders on it, and I put some seats in it, and got the motor worked on, and got it pretty well squared away. And so, if you want to go fishing, you know, it's set up to go. You know, and the poles, these cane poles, they got, you know, all you have to do is jump in and go fishing. I'll take it down there and tie it up at Okeechobee, and you just get down there and jump in it, get down there and catch your mess of fish one morning, and you know, you don't have to worry about anything. Just bring a cooler or a fish basket, put your fish in. And right now there's a guy there at the shop. I think he's out there at the shop. He's going to do the cleaning the fish. So it's pretty well set up where you don't have to you know, worry about anything. Just go fishing and pull the fish in. Yeah, that gentleman up here, he's got boats. He's got poles sticking out everywhere. Now it don't take him long to get a limit, but if you watch him, like I said, he's like a pinball. He's bouncing from one place to another, grabbing them rods back and forth. You know, I got 7. I got 8. I broke one off and didn't have no line with me. You can see what seven poles are doing to me. Can you imagine having 30 to 40 poles out there doing that? and like I said, you're dealing with the little ones and the catfish too. So, oh boy, I don't know. And this is every morning. Every morning, a lot of them do it every morning. Take a bunch of fish home. I honestly believe some of them sell them. I don't know that for a fact now, but I honestly believe some of them take them back up north and sell them. Sell them to the Legion, sell them to the Eagles and places like that. One of the biggest statements they make is, our church has a fee. Okay, your church has a fee, and you take back almost 10,000 fillets. I don't know, and it's a contest. I mean, if you don't get your limit, or you know, you back in without your limit, you kind of lose your manlyhood. You know what I'm saying? I think it's something I'm thinking. But yeah, I mean, you can see me. I'm just sitting there having a little fun. I'm enjoying it. It's some people make it into a job, and you know, I don't. First thing out of their mouth, if you notice them guys, we got a limit this morning, you know, or you didn't get a limit. God, people don't do that. Just go catch you some fish and have fun, and you get you a mess and throw the rest of them back. You know, it's you know, just I don't know, but I can, like I said before, I can remember that trout fishing back in West Virginia. People they would stock trout, okay, and they would take hundreds of them back. If they could take thousands, they would take thousands. They'd sneak back in there, and guys got caught doing it. They really did. The guys got caught doing it, and they didn't stop. They still done it. They just, it really is kind of like a sickness, but you know, it just, I've seen it in hunting and fishing both. I mean, it's just like, it's kind of a sickness, really it is. It just, you gotta get them. Don't, if you find yourself getting into that kind of a mode, don't do it. Just keep the fun in it, guys. Keep the fun in it, boys and girls. Just, you know. Oh, you see how they're hitting that pole? I mean, they're bending that thing double, which is a good thing, you know. That way you have no, you don't have to set the hook. They set it themselves. And you know, this kind of fishing reminds me of, if you, like I've said, if you ever done any shoreline hooks where you set shorelines alongside where you get down there and you see the willow bouncing up and down, you got a big catfish on there or a big turtle. This is kind of the same thing. If you watch these poles, they just kind of, you know, they'll bend down. That's why I like them Mafia rods for trolling. If you'll notice them, when they initially hit them Mafia rods, it gives. I mean, it gives halfway back, so you don't lose that, and you don't have to set the hook when you're trolling, and you just pick it up. Mafia done some research on that to do it. Now, some of the other rods, like the I don't know, they're too stiff. I mean, I've seen them, and I looked around at them, and they're too stiff, and you know, I don't like a stiff rod when I'm trolling or doing this right here. I don't like a real stiff. That's why I like these fiberglass cane poles. They'll give when that. If you watch that, they'll give, and when you know pull them up, you're not going to lose them. They're not going to tear loose, and they don't call these things probably paper mouths for nothing, because if you do, you set the hook too hard, whether you're trolling or minnieing or jigging, they'll tear loose. And that's why I like Mafia rods, guys. And the only place you can get them is at George Tackle here in Okeechobee. They're the only one that has them. Yeah, I got me a big bucket of minis last night before the George Tackle shut down. And just put, you know, I put an aerator on it. I put the aerator on it like you put in an aquarium, you know, and then this morning is ready to go, because nobody's opened up at 3:30 in the morning, so you get bait. So I just got my bait last night, and I was ready to go. You can see how many short ones I got. I mean, but them rascals, they hit pretty hard too, you know. And it, you know, really it didn't make any difference if the mini was dead or not. I mean, just the smell of it. And then when the boats go by, it jigs the pole. I mean, if you watch, it'll jig it up and down. It's kind of like you don't have to do anything. The boat's going by, move the poles up and down. And somebody asked me, what we got the world on in the poles? Well, right at daylight, it's hard to see them black poles, you know, right at daylight. And I'm always on the water at daylight. So you can get some floats, and I slid the floats all the way up to the end of the pole, the orange floats. You can see them, you know what I'm saying? They're all the way up to the end of the pole. Now, if I want to use a bobber, you know, if I'm in shallow water to use a bobber, all I got to do is slide that float down there towards my hook, and that'll keep that, you know, that'll maintain that up so far. So yeah, all that is a float, and you can pick them up at the George Tackle too. They're orange floats like that, so you can see what's going on. Them are dark poles, and they are hard to see without that. I've seen people take like all yarn, yellow yarn and orange yarn, and tie it on the end of their pole. But this is the way to do it, guys. Just take them foam floats and slide it up there. That way you can see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think that's a pretty good one right there. Yeah, that's one of them ones I don't think you have to measure. You know, and you can look at the water back here. It's flat as a pancake. I mean, there's not a bit of wind moving. And like I said, as soon as that sun got up, man, it got hot. Yeah, I don't have to measure that one. I put him in the bucket. Well, I'm gonna measure it. Well, looky there, he's short. Boy, Mr. Green Jeans would have got me on that one. Measure them, guys. Don't put no short fish in your bucket, because they'll be out checking you. When you come in and stuff, they'll be checking you now, and because this is the time of year a lot of people come down here to fish, and all it takes is one to, and to get you a pretty good size find. So just take a few minutes like I did. See, I was watching this on the computer here, and I thought, well, that's a good one. Well, it wasn't a good one. Yep, measure them, guys. Measure, if you're in doubt, measure them. That thing was an inch short. But it don't make a difference if it's a hair short. They're still going to find you. There was a guy that he took one of the measures and he took clear epoxy and put it in the bottom of it. With about an inch of it in the bottom of it, so they looked like it was a 9-inch one, looked like a 10-inch one. Well, he got caught down there at Horny Pond. They caught him down there, and they looked at it, and one of them young whippersnapper green jeans, one of them game wardens, eyeballed that baby and got him real quick. He thought he outsmarted him, but he didn't. They got him. Yeah, look, man, it was just a beautiful morning, really a beautiful morning. I mean, it just, South Florida this time of year, from now until June, the weather is just ideal. I can't explain. It's really nice. It's like, I don't know, the month of May up north for 6 months, 5 months down here, y'all, it really is nice. And there's fish biting all the time. And you can go over on the coast and charter one of them guys out there and do some saltwater fishing, intercoastal snook and tarpon and redfish. Or like I said, you can go on Lake Okeechobee here and catch specks and bass and catfish, and cichlids. There's a good one there. I put me a good seat in there, a big foam seat, so boy, it's comfortable. I mean, just real comfortable.